if you can't squat down more than 90 degrees, but then as soon as you allow your heels to lift, you can squat deeper, then for sure it's an ankle flexibility issue. And if your ankles are more flexible, then you'll be able to sit down very comfortably like this, which you will be able to do if you do this follow long multiple times a week for a few weeks. And for free, it will also unlock these amazing stretches I love to do while in a deep squat. Okay, so follow along and let's get to it. First, we're gonna start by warming up our feet. I like to be sitting down, but you can also do this standing up on one foot at a time. And we're gonna just flex the foot. This is called dorsiflexion, and point the foot. Flex the foot and point the foot. Point the foot. Okay, so let's do these together. You can do both feet at the same time or alternate. We're just warming up over here, so let's go together. You're doing a few at your own rhythm. It's more about the time you spend on this rather than the amount of reps. So we'll do a few. Should be doing these with me. And we're also gonna include some fluid motions. So now we're doing a little bit of flexing and pointing, a little bit of rotation, a little bit of eversion and retroversion of the foot, if you can control that. A little bit of spreading of the toes, curling of the toes, spreading of the toes, curling of the toes. Just anything to get the feet warmed up. And if you're super new to this, you might get foot cramps. If you do, just stretch them out with your hands and take the time you need to recover. So we'll do a little bit more, and our feet should be warm. The first thing we're going to start with is increase our range of motion without providing any incentive for the muscle to tense. So the reason why you can't go deep most often is because the muscles that cause the plantar flexion, pointing of the toes, are too tight to relax enough to allow you to dorsiflex more or be in dorsiflexions passively. And these two muscles, the calf muscles, the soleus and gastrocnemius, might start having a reaction of tensing up and not allowing you to go deep. So we just want to ease in that process. And the way I like to do this is by finding an elevated surface. It doesn't have to be a block, doesn't have to be this height, just anything a little bit higher than the floor. Keeping my weight on the back leg and just trying to gently feel. So I'm not putting any weight, I'm just trying to gently be in that range of motion to tell my body that it's okay. If you don't have any elevated surface at all, you can do this with your hand as well. So you can just grab the heel, grab the ball of the foot and just mobilize. But the problem here is your feet muscles will want to be involved. So you'll be helping yourself with your foot. But we want to get the foot to be relaxed so that just the pressure of the block is kind of helping us to be there. Okay, hopefully you've been doing some of these with me, but if not, it's okay. That was the explanation part. If you're doing this the second time, you can start doing these. Now we'll do these together. We'll do one foot at a time. We're gonna go as deep as we can without having any tension, and then be in that zone. So I'm pulsing a bit back and forth in that zone. And switching the foot. Now my weight is on the back leg again, but the back leg is a different leg this time. And I'm just traveling to my zone and pulsing there. And start to be aware of anything that might tense up and see if you can relax it. Everything here should be pretty relaxed. Okay, we're gonna do a second round. We're gonna do 3 rounds in total. So second round, first foot, whichever you started with. Again, no fighting here. It's just being very gentle and going there. If you feel like you have to, we'll do that later. Don't worry about this now. Second foot. And final round, first foot again. second foot. Okay, pretty easy so far. This is very chill. Now we're gonna get into some strength. So a lot of people think that if a muscle is too tight, I need to stretch it and relax it, which is correct. But they think I shouldn't be strengthening it because it's already too strong, too tight. But strength and tightness are different. So you actually do want to strengthen it because it allows you to own the ranges of motion more rather than be like solidified in one. So here ideally we can strengthen throughout the range, but if not, like if you do calf raises on the ground, it's still good as long as you're controlled in all of it. But if you can get a elevated surface to do calf raises on, and you can hold on to something if you're worried about the balance, and just do the calf raises and just go a little bit deeper than ground, and then come back again, and we'll do 4 sets of 12. Okay, so if you started, you can keep going. If not, let's do these. Do these together. Find your balance, climb up, and 1, 2, slow negative, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And while we rest, let's talk a little bit about the mind-muscle connection. So a lot of you maybe have been used to doing this with a ton of weight and are thinking like, oh, this is a joke doing it with my body weight. But I found that even when I do it with a lot of weight or no weight, if the intention is there, 10 to 12 reps will kind of get you tired almost the same, because you're really controlling the negative and you're really trying to feel the muscle being stretched and accepting the fact that it's being stretched without reacting and tensing up. So that's enough rest. Let's go back to our calf raises. So climb up, find your balance, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Control, 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 and come down. Awesome. We'll take a short break. And then we'll do our last set. There's going to be another exercise after this. I meant the last set of this exercise. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. Climb up. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Amazing. The last one is pretty cool. I like it a lot. As you're resting, watch me demonstrate, and then we'll do it together. So here we want to train the antagonist, the opposite muscles. So we've been training the muscle that does plantar flexion. Now we want to train the muscle that does dorsiflexion. You might be wondering, oh, we already did that. No, we actually stretched to be in dorsiflexion, but we weren't proactively using the muscle to do dorsiflexion. So that would be if you had to do this and you had some resistance against you. Now, I know some people like to do it that way, by like trying to lift themselves by raising. I don't think this is super effective. Instead, I like to, if you have something you could slip your toes under and lift, that's cool, but in general you don't. Okay, the camera clipped again. So I was saying what I like to do is put the heel of one foot on the joint between the root of the toes and the foot and deaden this leg. So it's kind of dead. And then with this leg, I can use the dorsiflexion to lift the weight of that deadened leg. Okay, so that's the demo. We'll do this together. Okay, I'm gonna sit somewhere you can see me better. So let's do 3 sets of 12 together on each leg. When you're resting the leg, you're doing the other leg. So actually, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. Don't let the other leg help. 7, or wherever you are. And 12. I did a few reps while talking. So switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch legs again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Switch legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally, before we wrap up, we're gonna do the test again. So with the heels down, try to go as low as you can, as low as you can, as low as you can. Hold on to something if it helps, as low as you can, and see where you get to. And then lift the heels, go as low as you can, and from there try to sit down the heels. If you're gonna fall back or forward, use your hands to support. And stand up. And that's it for today. Thank you so much.